Man, and before we begin, let me remind you to hit subscribe and search and whatever. Today we are playing Gabriel Knight 3, The Blood of the Sacred, Blood of the Damned. The nail in the coffin for the Gabriel Knight series. If full motion video didn't kill it, completely lack of atmosphere, rushed game design, and a 3D environment surely would. It's amazing how far people have stepped back from what's derogatorily referred to as point and clicks. Well, happy Martin Luther King Day. Let's get that out of the way. Today is the day the great Martin Luther King is being celebrated for imagining the diversity of PC players and console players coming together here on this wonderful platform. And I guess we will start with Gabriel Knight. They're kind of getting full of themselves with that opening, huh? I mean, I think they've already been sold to Activision at this point. The opening is great. I mean, it could have been a fantastic game. So could, I guess, 2. Nothing will beat Gabriel Knight 1 as far as I'm concerned. I just love the keyboards here, or the synths. Dun, dun, dun. I can't believe they had the audacity to hint at Gabriel Knight 4 in the supercomputer Sydney that Grace allegedly programmed and works at a bookstore. This game sucks. It is really awful and can be considered the reason why we don't hear from Gabriel Knight anymore. Let's spring my singing and let's start playing. Oh, the music just dies right there. Alright. Last we left our quote hero, I use the term loosely, he was standing in the hallway door. Okay, let's see what we're doing here. Because they said that it was, man, those jeans are nut huggers. All right, let's see. I added data already, didn't I? According to, like, despite the fact he wants nothing to do with this thing, you're the one, Gabriel is the one that has to match up the suspects. I guess, somehow. I guess. Could you put your own notes in here? Cock hungry chatterhound? I guess you can. Alright, that looks good. That's a good note I want to keep in there for Grace to see. I don't even know how to do this. Alright, I have no idea. I have no idea at all how it says to do this. Then it said something about printing out a
I don't think that's gonna get me into a vineyard.
So I need to get into the vineyard, and I have to pick an identification.
That might provoke an interesting response.
Wouldn't it? Did I take it? I hope I took it. Oh god, I went up here like it was old Gabriel Knight. Oh cool.
I don't want to show that to her.
God forbid you interact with anyone, Gabriel. You autist. Oh wait, I'm gonna go back upstairs. This part is kind of stupid when I saw this in the playthrough, or the walkthrough. It says you want to dust this for fingerprints? Why would you suspect Mosley?
I don't think I need to scan that into Sydney.
Why would you suspect Mosley, of all people, is being involved in this? He helped you with the voodoo murders. Did he? I don't think he was in Gabriel Knight 2, was he? Nothing about saying it has a print here? Is the game even realize it's kind of bizarre?
What the hell are you doing?
Playing harmonica.
Okay, stupid question. Why are you taking Mosley's prints?
See, I guess
The guy is about as innocent as a French dance troupe. I don't know what he's guilty of, but he's guilty of something.
He's not on Sydney's suspect list.
Well, gee, guess he can't be a suspect then, can he?
Meaning that you can't scan that print in. Leave it on the desk and I'll add him in later.
Why would you? I guess the game even realized this is stupid. Gabriel with his pit stains. You know, I may replay Gabriel Knight 1 just to get this whole thing out of my head. Where's the vineyard? Is that the vineyard? Oh no, Sangreal Tavern. I thought this was the vineyard, but I don't think anything happens here. Well, that goes well. Went to the wrong place already. I'm not gonna wait all day for him to get over here.
Yes?
I'm here doing a blood drive.
Oh?
Yeah, you wouldn't happen to have any unused blood lying around, would you? Guess not.
Is that it?
Well, I can't very well tell him I'm looking for vampires. I need a cover story.
So you just wasted your time. Oh, thank you, game. Thank you for letting me waste my time and go there for no reason. I'll do the speed trick. You don't need to walk. Do you see how worthless walking is in this game? It does nothing for any type of atmosphere. This game is completely devoid of atmosphere.
That might provoke an interesting response.
Okay, I don't want to be a blood drive guy.
I don't think that's going to get me into a vineyard. I don't think that's going to get me into a vineyard. I don't think that's going to get me into a vineyard.
I wonder what these addresses are and if they work.
I don't think that's going to get me into a vineyard. That might provoke an interesting response.
He's gonna make some joke and I have to come back here. It might be worth it if it wasn't such a... Like... It would be worth the joke if...
Hey, that should work.
It might be worth it if I didn't have to go through so much minutia to get the damn thing. Hi, I'm Gabriel Knight. I am a DAPA service / repairman / security officer. And I was wondering if I could ask you a few questions. For instance, do you need your diapers changed? Do you have a baby that needs their diaper changed? Would you like to look at my Gracie wearing a diaper? Do you know what a little and a daddy is? Would you ever make a mess in your diaper if a man paid you enough? Yay, the fun begins. Remember the guy for the blood drive? Well, now he's a reporter. I hope you don't recognize me, the only American here.
Yes?
Oh, I can do diaper service.
Hi, I'm with We Do Poo Poo. We're a diaper service, and I was wondering if you have any little tykes running around.
No. Why do you ask?
Just checking the neighborhood. I follow my nose.
Check this out. Wow.
Yes?
This is fantastic.
My name's Knight. I'm a reporter. I'm doing a feature on Languedoc wineries, and I'd love to include you in my spread.
I'll see if the chateau owner is free.
Bonjour, Monsieur Knight. I'm Excelsior Montreux, the owner and viticulturist of Chateau de Serre.
Nice of you to see me, Mr. Montreux. I should have made an appointment, but I get better results just knocking about. The best places don't advertise.
Ah, well, how true. Now allow me to take you to the wine tasting room. Marceau?
What would you like to serve, sir?
Ah, are you a red man or a white? No. Let me guess. Red, yes?
Gosh, it shows, huh?
Do you like it dry?
Oh, hell, I'd drink dust if I could.
Well, let's see then. Perhaps the 76 Merlot.
Yes, sir.
I'm terribly sorry that you caught us unprepared today. We were about to shut the main gate.
Everything's all right, I hope.
Oh, yes. Here, anyway. The constable called a little while ago. There was a murder in the vicinity last night.
A murder?
It's very unusual, I assure you. But I suppose even here we're not immune. Oh, well, we should let it breathe for a moment.
Right. Nothing worse than suffocated wine. Are you from this area, Mr. Montreux?
Yes and no. I grew up in Paris, but my family has owned this estate for decades. My wife and I permanently settled here some years ago. Children do take pleasure in the country air.
Oh, you got kids?
Oh, yes. A beautiful daughter who is away at school, and my firstborn son, Enoch. He's 12. Have you children?
No.
But you must. Oh, children are every man's right to immortality.
Well, it's not the kid part I mind so much as the marriage part.
Oh, no, a wife need not be a burden if she knows her place. Her role is to serve you, after all, to care for home and heirs and leave a man to pursue nobler things.
Like streaming
Boy,
Gabriel
do
Knight
we
3.
live in different worlds. What kind of training do you need to be a viticulturist?
The lessons I consider most valuable came from my father. He was quite a master.
How are you going to broach this topic? What? I just clicked it.
I ran into an interesting tourist angle today. Seems the Holy Grail is supposed to be around here.
Oh, the Grail is a marvelous legend, but most stories are ignorant of the true meaning of the Grail. You see, the Grail has far less to do with Christ than with an idea. The fountain of youth, the eternal flame, the philosopher's stone.
All of those are related to the Grail?
Oh, yes, the Grail is that thing, that one thing, whatever symbol you use for it, that represents completion, perfection, the absolute. Do you understand now?
Well, no, not really.
Turning base lead into pure gold, that is the alchemist's aim. But it's not about real lead and real gold. It's symbolic. Man is the lead, God is the gold. Man to God, that is the alchemist's goal. That is the Holy Grail.
Huh. But I thought with the Grail, it was actually the blood. The blood in the Grail that was the, the immortal thing.
Well, of course. The blood is the elixir of life, the juice of the forbidden fruit.
The juice of the forbidden fruit?
What?
Oh, never mind. Dusty old theories are a hobby of mine. Let's stick to the wine, shall we?
What exactly is viticulture?
You are a wine critic, aren't you?
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah. I mean, what's your definition?
Well, to me, viticulture is about breeding, and I don't mean the mechanics of grafting. Grafting is only a tool. What's meaningful is the essence of the two vines you're combining. There are literally thousands of grapes, and most viticulturists choose from well-known stock. But my father always bred his own grapes, and has passed down some very rare species.
Gabriel Knight 3.
Fascinated.
Really?
Blood of the Sacred. Blood of
Well,
the Damned.
I don't want to bore you.
It's too late for that. Can I drink this? Well.
Montreux might think it was a bit odd if I started questioning the bartender. Do you know anything about the murder?
No, not really. There were two men, neither of them from here by the sound of it.
Do you believe the stories about a local treasure?
Indeed. It is in my soil, monsieur.
Just they stare at each other awkwardly in
I'd like to hear
silence.
more about your breeding program.
You won't reveal my secrets?
For my ears only.
Very well. The secret is in mixing the best strains, of course. But there is an art to it. My father taught me to visualize the ideal grape. Once you can visualize this perfect fruit, you can analyze even the best stock and see where it is lacking. In color or body, for example. Or perhaps it could be just a touch sweeter or lighter. And the trick is to find a grape equally fine, but one which is perfect in exactly those areas which the first grape is flawed. The marriage of these two vines will produce an heir, and then this heir undergoes the same process, you see.
Don't you ever get where you're going?
Eventually. But even in the interim, your grape will soon be far superior to anyone else's. Try the wine, Mr. Knight.
Oh, it tastes like shit. Vinegar. Nice salad. Go with this.
Wow, that's good.
This fruit did not come about by accident.
What's with that
It is
face?
the result of thousands, even millions of crossbreedings. Everything that it is today is a result of that hereditary tree. Don't you think it is ironic that a grape or even a dog or a cat should be so carefully bred, but that most humans depend on such a silly thing as love?
Then again, there is something to be said for spontaneity.
Is there?
Are we going to talk more about grapes or the allegory of Christ's birth and a stock of breeding pigs and human cows? Are you guys into human cows? You cows? It's like where you get a girl and she keeps continuing getting pregnant, you milk her, and then you sell off the kids, I guess, to pay for more farming equipment or a stock of females.
You know, hearing you talk, it reminds me of something. What is it?
Alchemy? The transmutation of the philosopher's stone?
Nope, that's not it. It was Ask Mr. Science. Y'all get that program here?
Television? I'm afraid not.
Well, they had this bit about DNA. Kind of how DNA has this funny pasta shape. But it's really billions and billions of instructions, kinda. You get into DNA with your breeding program at all?
Where is this going?
Actually, DNA is an interesting issue, Mr. Knight. Did you know that the magic alchemists used was based on an intuitive understanding of the principles of DNA?
I'll be darned.
But to answer your question, no. I have my own ways of testing the vines, and they're far older and more traditional than DNA testing. Excuse me. Hello, Easy Excelsior.
What? I must leave now, Mr. Knight.
Ah oui. Préparez une note pour sa leçon. Forgive me, I'm afraid I must return to the house. The news of the murder has quite upset my wife. Besides, my son awaits his afternoon lesson.
Well, thanks for the interview, Mr. Montreux.
You're most welcome. Au revoir, Mr. Knight.
Kind of a nice fella.
Was that needed? Like, did I really need to sit through that about a whole fucking grape?
I don't want to overtax my welcome, at least not yet. They'd see me if I tried to sneak around here. I've been officially invited to leave. I just want you to know you're doing a great job.
I still don't know my way around this stupid hotel.
Should I see if I'm in?
So where's Mosley?
Hey guys, it's 5.
Thank you, O guardian of the clock.
Okay, don't start, you two. I want to hear what happened.
You mean at Chateau de Serras? You're right. The guy's probably into one of these secret societies. You should have heard him go on about alchemy, but
Oh God!
I don't
what
know.
about grapes?
He seemed more bookish than anything.
Oh.
I say anyone who's involved with these secret societies is a big suspect.
Speaking of which, Larry Chester is definitely lying. He said McDougal and Mallory just stopped by last night for directions I couldn't get him to crack.
Who's this? Chester?
That's right.
Interesting. I'll get started on the treasure angle. Check out the museum and church tonight. That book really got my juices flowing.
So that's what it takes.
Huh?
So, are we gonna eat or what? I'm starved.
Well, actually, Grace and I had talked about catching up.
That's okay, Mose. I want to stick with my research for a while. Why don't you and Gabriel go?
I can wait till later if you...
No, I think that's a great idea. In fact, I think we should be going right now, shouldn't we, Mose?
See ya.
See, Grace, maybe
Why
after
is he walking
dinner.
like they took a shit in his pants? Holy tits. So this is Grace face. Grace face, time for you to shine. I forgot the music changes slightly to vagina music for Gracie. Sex box. He fucking did it. Going to murder him tonight. After comes drunk and there we go. He fucking did it. Gonna rape and murder him tonight after Gabriel comes home drunk and pin it on him. That's good. Oh, here we go. Oh my god, you gotta do this for everyone. Holy tits, this is like data entry. How is this compelling and engaging gameplay? Alright, this is gonna be a great part of the stream. Watch me mash up fingerprints. Oh wow, this is... Wait till you guys see this. It's gonna blow you away. You believe this? You believe this is a game? This isn't even a puzzle. This is just busy work.
I really don't want to get the guy's hopes up.
Image is recognized as a map. Correspondence and patterns are not readily apparent with such volume of points. To analyze the regions or relationships between a region on a map, enter the points to the subjects and start the analysis. Oh God, what is this?
I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure what to put on the map at the moment. I need to get some clues about the treasure. Perhaps at the church and museum.
That sound is horrible. Device in the upper left-hand corner, the plus symbol on line 4, and the text break on line 14 suggests this image confirmed by a right line base of N. The shape has been saved. Message inserted in text is indicated. The letters are. Need suggested language to analyze potential breaks. La Morte is French.
Wow. There's a hidden message in the text.
To Dagbert II, King the Scion is this treasure. He is there dead. Wow. Text matches verse from Greek New Testament and additional letters inserted. Additional letters are burger pasta fo.
Shepherdess no temptation that Poussin Teniers hold the key. Peace 681 by the cross and this horse of God, I complete this demon guardian at midday. Or to the meridian, blue apples. I think I'll write that cipher down.
Well, are blue apples grapes? Oh, those modems. Those were the days, huh? Oh, this is the Harry Potter Horcrux thing. Analysis of geometry. Device at the top and bottom page contain diagonal, which indicate lines. The position of the top and bottom device of their diagonals form a perfect square. In the circle of the star, devices at the top and bottom of the page indicate the presence of a circle. Lines up with the best position of the text. The shapes have been saved.
Scion. These parchments must be linked to the priory somehow. Scion. These parchments must be linked to the priory somehow.
You think?
Chardrel Gyatso runs a monastery for training Schottenjäger monks. His mind is amazing. Oh, I would love to go spend a few months there.
I didn't scan that in. Ugh. This is like a game and a half, isn't it? I mean, this is just thrilling to watch. And to play. I mean, it's really that exciting to play too. You'd be so surprised. I'm not totally about to fall asleep. I'm putting you in my computer. Apparently he's a cock-hungry chowder hound. It's fascinating. Ghosts. So I guess the next one will deal with ghosts. Oh.
I don't need to print it. I can't think of anywhere I'd use it. I don't need to print it. I can't think of anywhere I'd use it.
Good evening, Mademoiselle Nakamura. Jean told me you are staying in room 25 with Monsieur Knight.
I bet he did.
I am Simone, Mademoiselle. I hope you will enjoy your visit.
Thanks. Have you seen anything, I don't know, curious around town lately?
Ah, oui, Mademoiselle.
What?
Someone has bought a chicken. It is making my mother crazy, this chicken. It comes to the garden, it eats her seeds. I do not know who is the owner of this chicken, but I know my mother. This chicken will be in the soup pot one night.
Oh, well, it happens to the best of us.
Gabriel Knight 4, Blood of the Sacred, Blood of the Damned.
Do you know anything about the treasure, Simone?
Well, I have seen many treasure seekers come and go, Mademoiselle, but I have never thought much of the idea myself. But there is a museum if...
Yeah, I know. Thanks anyway. There's someone at the desk already.
They like when you ding it, though. It makes them feel like shit. And if one thing hotel employees love is being treated like shit. Yeah, they're Muslim.
How are you feeling, Mr. Baza?
How's ISIS today?
Oh, much better, thank you.
It was quite a shock, wasn't it?
What was?
The two dead men?
The two... Oh, of course. Yes, it really was a shock. Are you quite all right, Miss Nakamura?
You know, you're the first person who's asked me that.
Sometimes it is easier for a stranger to be polite than a friend. But don't let me keep you. I'm sure you have better things to do.
Like, I don't even know where this baby is. I don't know who's the suspect. There's no red herrings. It's just like dialogue. And get that chicken.
Gabe's the psychic one.
Wait, Gabriel is psychic now?
A chicken!
Gotta get it. I gotta get that fucking chicken.
Gabe's the psychic
Gotta
one.
get the chicken. If it gets away, the game is fucking lost. Oh, you're not going anywhere, you fucking chicken. Come on, Grace, don't lose the chicken. It's the answer to all this. Who'd want to play Counter-Strike when you can do this?
A chicken! A chicken! Why would I want to show that to him?
Aren't chickens girls? No, we're going chicken.
Why would I want to show that to him?
It would be kind of cool if Colonel Sanders would show you the way, but I doubt the programmers had that much foresight.
It's a private property sign. It's interesting. It doesn't look like anybody's living here at the moment. Villa Bethania, built by Saunier in 1901 through 1905. I think it says he lived here until his death. Villa Bethania, built by Saunier in 1901 through 1905. I think it says he lived here until his death. I don't think I can go in there.
Not probably until the end of the game, huh? That's just a guess. We'll see. I gotta go to the museum.
Oh, they close at 5. I better hurry.
Oh, she's gonna be one of those, Grace, aren't you? Hi, you still got 5 minutes before it closes. Oh, God. I have a life. I want to go home. Can't even get in the damn door.
closed. Shoot!
What's on the door?
There's something taped to the door.
Look at her just lurch up those stairs. No doubt.
Oh my god! It's a copy of Le Serpent Rouge.
I'll just put that in my anus. Right. Shit. What are the odds? What a lucky day.
I don't think that would accomplish anything.
Am I gonna read it?
That's the envelope Le Serpent Rouge came in. Someone taped it to the door of the museum.
Is this it?
That's the blue apple cipher that Sydney found in one of the Saunier parchments. This riddle is fascinating. You can almost see what it's hinting at. I really want to solve it. This riddle is fascinating.
Are you gonna tell us the riddle?
You can almost see what it's hinting at. I really want to solve it. No, there's no point in scanning Le Serpent Rouge. I'll have to interpret the verses myself. Sydney isn't that smart.
Are you going to read the verses? Oh, there we go.
In my arduous search, I was trying to hack away with my sword through the dense vegetation of the woods like some pawn of destiny. I wanted to reach the place of the sleeping beauty, in which some poets can see the queen of a lost kingdom. Desperate to find the way, I laid down the path of Ra and was illuminated.
Think.
I laid down the path of Ra and was illuminated. What's the path of Ra?
God?
Maybe I should try a search and see what Sydney has to say about Ra.
Didn't she say she couldn't use this for Sydney?
The Queen's Guard is the Quaternity, they who stand watch over the Guardian. I look to the north and the west, then the south and the east, and everywhere I see them, their shining swords held out to meet each other. St. Michael and his brothers with their feet rooted in the earth, they surround the Ayes that none may harm her, and stand pressed against her in a way that Pythagoras would have approved.
After all, they didn't come up with that crazy fucking theorem. Oh god, damn.
In the sanctuary is the font, fountain of love of those who believe, reminding us of these words, "By this sign you will conquer." I understand this now. The four are the stuff of the alchemist's laboratory, and their cant reflects the light in harmony with their queen. And yet the angels hold tight the secret of the angle that is the key to the kingdom. My friend knows the secret, but wisely he hides the fruit among the chaff, that the treasure not be lost to the infidels.
I guess you could read this part too.
I was further aided by the parchments of my friend. They murmur of the lady. Long ago her name was Isis, queen of the benevolent springs. Come to me, all you who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Others knew her as Magdalene with the celebrated vows of healing balm. The initiated knew her to be the Lady of the Lake and Notre Dame de Cross. The circle is the ring, and the crown forms the diadem of the queen of the castle.
This is some heavy D&D shit we're reading right here. I'm a level 6 paladin. Oh my god, more text. At least they're reading it.
The mosaic tiles of the sacred place alternate black or white, and Jesus, like Asmodeus, observes their alignment. I can find 64 stones of the perfect cube, which the Knights of the Beauty of the Black Wood had scattered when they fled from the White Fort, while they were being pursued by the usurpers. Reassemble the scattered stones and, working with square and compass, put them into ranks. The knightly order of the perfect cube fits within and gives structure to Our Lady's protector, the Heavenly Quartet.
Oh god, do I have to do this for everything?
The mosaic tiles of the sacred place alternate. The mosaic tiles.
Oh, thank god.
I visit the tomb of the celebrated painter Poussin and, like the shepherds, puzzle at the enigma of the tomb. My brain pounds, the light burns my eyes. It is all too mixed up to tell. Teniers, too, has dipped his brush in the earth, and his at the innermost places of the queen. Here is the sign that Teniers has given in his innocent recluse. Surely there is a path between the two.
Oh my god, it's the whole goddamn fucking astrological signs you gotta go through.
16 form the center, and the center forms 16. I pray to St. Paul for direction, and he answers with a simple gesture. Here is the reconstruction to which so many noble minds were dedicated. I look to the Book of the Hermit for reassurance. The numbers they give me confirm the truth. What strange mystery is concealed in the new Temple of Solomon, built by the children of St. Vincent?
So, Isis and Mary Magdalene are the same person?
And still, my task has not ended. Still, a bit of curtain blocks the light. Something must complete the message. Something which will give us entry into the abyss. Truth and falsehood battle in my head until I hear their message. It is the number of our patron sky traveler and that of a famous seal. The soul of the matter is evident to me now. At the intersection of the many, I lay down one rigid arm, and the others scatter around the crown like jewels. At last, the queen is adorned for her coronation.
Oh my god.
3 is the Trinity and the separation of the spheres. The 3 which are the 4 are the divisions of the temple. I began my journey in the shadows and completed it in the light. I had marked the site at last, there in the center of the most sacred space. At the summit of the mountain, the place stood out in the brilliance of the midday sun. It was guarded by the 3 knights' towers, the rooks, on the circuit of the divine horsemen of the abyss.
Oh god. Let's make it end.
At the window of the ruined house, I looked across the trees denuded by autumn. Close to me, a presence, its feet in the water, like one who has just received the mark of baptism. I recalled the inscription, Et in Arcadia ego, blank, blank, blank. Through some selfish inspiration, I found the missing 3. The dust settled, and I saw at last. Curses, I know the truth. He is there, dead. The broken bread lies forgotten beneath the altar.
So Jesus is under an altar? Or something? Ugh. Thank God we're almost at the end.
But the worst is yet to come.
Oh, no!
How many have pillaged the house, using the most sacred for purposes most foul? I turn north. Facing me, I see unwinding endless by its coils, the enormous red serpent mentioned in the documents, rigid and bitter. The huge unleashed beast at the foot of the white mountain becomes scarlet with greed and drunk with stolen and profaned communion. Deliver me out of the mire.
It's probably that dumb bridge I can't cross. I hate when games do this and don't let you go places.
I am aware of the scent of the perfume which impregnates the sepulchre of the one I must release, cursing the profane in their ashes, and those who follow their ways, returning from the darkness while making the gesture of horror at the abyss into which I had plunged. Here is the proof that I knew the secret seal of Solomon, and I had visited the secret places of the queen who watches over the king. Take heed, my friend. Do not add or take away one iota. Think and think again. The base lead of my words may contain the purest gold. Let he who has the understanding use it with wisdom.
I'm gonna be useth.
That's the last page.
Thank fucking God. That was insufferable. That is just an author padding and out of ideas. It's horrible that it's all chunked in there. Like, I understand what they're doing. I understand it's the it's like they just didn't have a story, so they just chunked it all together, and you had like these nuggets of story, like, huh? And then just dead space. Oh, what a piece of shit.
It's Latin. Terribilis est locus iste. Terrible is something. It's a bas-relief frieze. That's weird. They've got a devil holding up the holy water bowl. At least I think it's a holy water bowl.
I'm Shinto.
That's weird. They've got a devil holding up the holy water bowl. At least I think it's a holy water bowl. That's weird. They've got a devil holding up the holy water bowl. The 4 angels make a tilted square. The 4 angels make a tilted square.
Would I want to draw that or no?
I don't think that would accomplish anything. Parce signe tu les vaincras. Okay, I have no idea what that means. It's a pamphlet from St. Mary Magdalene's.
Oh no, I'm gonna have to read this, aren't I? Wonderful. Alright, I'm going to be right back. In like 5 minutes. I just did a line of cocaine. All right. It's the only way this game can be enjoyable. Let's get an idea.
All this stuff is interesting, but I'm not sure how to use it. It's a pamphlet from St. Mary Magdalene's.
So I can't read it? Welcome to St. Mary Magdalene Church. By 1646, with the significant restoration done to the building, the church had stood on the site for centuries. When Abbe Brunier arrived in 1885, the church was once again in serious disrepair. During the early labors, discovery was made under the altar of the stone. A discovery which led to great wealth for the Abbe. Some feel he may have hidden the wealth of the clues in the church decorations. On July 22nd of each year, if one stands at the church at dawn towards Chateau de Blanchefort, the sun will rise directly over the ruins, forming a straight line or light between the two. There are those who claim that the alignment, consecration of this site, others in the valley were plotted long ago, perhaps even by the early Celtic inhabitants. Oh my god, are you kidding me? I don't have to read this. Alright, let's do it. I gotta put on some lip balm. Alright, I am beating this game. I am beating this game. This game is not beating me. So let's do this. The devil in the church draws as much attention as the other elements, combined with what Abbe Saunier's purpose. I can't read this, huh? Abbe.
It's a pamphlet from St. Mary Magdalene's. I don't think that would accomplish anything. I can't scan that into Sydney.
Alright, I gotta read it. There's just no other way. Some have linked the devil to the demon Asmodeus, others to the Cathar idea of Rex Mundi, king of the underworld. Some tie him to the armchair of the devil, simply nearby. Wait, what's this? Armchair of the devil, nearby. Still others to Satan himself, as the sign above him proclaims, by this sign shall you conquer. Actually, it's by this sign you shall conquer. And I already discovered that earlier because I could read Latin. And that's actually...
The pamphlet says it means, by this sign shall you win him or it. Wonder if it could be referring to the treasure.
It's Constantine. Wow. Alright. This is like the most piss poor interpretation mishmash of Catholic faith, Christianity, Excalibur, Grail. Wow.
According to the pamphlet, that's Rex Mundi, aka Asmodeus.
Oh, right. I could look at the pieces now. I guess it's different. I should still read them.
The four angels make a tilted square. I believe that's where they give sermons. This Magdalene imagery is really interesting. It's got to be related to the local mystery somehow.
So it's Catholic because it focuses more on Mary. All right, let's see. I mean, there's no other way I'm getting around this. I just got to dig in. It's like learning Hindi or reading the Bhagavad Gita. Okay.
It's a pamphlet from St. Mary Magdalene's.
Just gotta dig in. Latin on the four angels, par se sigus tu vanicaris, can be translated as, by this sign you shall conquer him or it, or by this sign you shall win him or it. The four angels themselves are a classic Catholic motif, showing the positions and hands during the genuflection, though some have argued that these angels might not refer to the genuflection, but some secret or direction or shape. Okay, so that's one. And then this is two, Saint Roth.
It's Saint Roche. I'm not sure how he relates to the mystery. Maybe he's just here because he was a local. Jesus being nailed to the cross. They're taking his clothes.
I imagine if you aren't Catholic, you're gonna have a hard time with this game. Like even more now. It's gonna just seem bizarre. Saint Roche. Saint Roche, along with Saint Germain, is one of two regional saints in the church, and Saint Germain was the immortal. He's the alchemist. Roche was the son of Governor Montpellier. He went to Rome and cared for plague victims, curing many miraculously. He is invoked against pestilence and plague, and is the patron saint of invalids. Okay. Mary Magdalene. The statue of Mary is depicted with the cross made of the branches of the silver vase of healing balm, which she washed Jesus' feet, and the skull at the saint's feet. That should be the skull of Golgotha. The oddity of the statue lies in the unusual juxtaposition of Magdalene and the skull, the relationship uncommon in religious art. Interestingly, there are 3 other Magdalene statues with skulls in 3 other churches in the area. Saint Giuspila, Bulcherac, and Kostia. Okay. So let's go look at that one.
Mary Magdalene obviously figures into this mystery in a big way.
Yeah, she's just the son of the mother of Jesus.
The death of Jesus. Jesus is taken down from the cross. Wow. Aren't those beautiful?
Are these the same?
Wow. Aren't those beautiful?
All right. Four, Saint Anthony Padua. So he's over here.
The pamphlet says he's the patron saint of lost items. That's interesting. He certainly has a place of honor in the church. He's the one being held up by the 4 angels, not the Magdalene. Jesus being taken for burial. Wow, aren't those beautiful? The pamphlet says he's the patron saint of lost items.
I know that, Grace. Let's stick to the fucking tour, huh? I think he looks like he's supposed to be John the Baptist or Saint Christopher. Alright, let's see. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, let's see. There are 4 statues and 4 names for Magdalene in Pisces. I have a feeling those statues are important, but is it the statues themselves or their location that matters?
All right. St. Anthony Padua was a Franciscan monk who focused his ministry on heretics. The statue depicts a vision he had of infant Christ. The lily represents purity, in keeping with the conversion of heretics. He's also the patron saint of lost items. 5. St. Joseph and the Virgin with infants. Behind the altar can be seen a Holy Family, St. Joseph with the infant and the Virgin with infant. Some have speculated the oddity of there being 2 infants depicted between the saints instead of 1. That's 5.
Okay, let's see. There are 4 statues and 4 names for Magdalene in Pisces. I have a feeling those statues are important, but is it the statues themselves or their location that matters? That's Joseph and baby Jesus.
Or
is
is
it?
it? The mystery deepens.
It's the Virgin Mary and Jesus. The question is, who's Joseph holding then?
His twin brother. Fucking Lucifer. Alright, let's see. Actually, Lucifer would be his older brother, right? Yeah. Blasphemer.
Wow, that cup. It reminds me of the Holy Grail. Now that I think about it, the whole idea of communion is kind of related to the Grail. I wonder which one this is referring to. Maybe it's referring to both? It looks like she's washing his feet. I'm not that familiar with Christian tradition, but it doesn't surprise me.
Christians love to wash people's feet.
All this stuff is interesting, but I'm not sure how to use it. All this stuff is interesting, but I'm not sure how to use it.
6. St. Mary at the Magdalene altar. The altar represents the elements found in the Magdalene statue and adds a few new ones. The Magdalene appears to be in a cave. At her knees is a skull, and she gazes fixedly upon the cross made from the branches. But on the cross, one can see a new living twig growing forth. Could this refer to the offshoot of Christianity, or... 7. St. Anthony with the book and the staff. St. Anthony, the hermit. La Hermete. It would be actually l'Hermete, because it would be Old French. You pronounce every letter. St. Anthony and the book and the staff. St. Anthony, circa 468 Annus Domini. Longed for a life of quiet meditation, but he was forced to move to even or ever more remote locales to escape the growing followers. He finally fled to Lerns, Gaul, also in Languedoc, where he died. Okay.
All this stuff is interesting, but I'm not sure how to use it.
I'm not is 7, so where the hell is 7?
This Magdalene imagery is really interesting. It's got to be related to the local mystery somehow.
It's the Yggdrasil tree. It's the Nordic tree. You know, there's not much about Nordic mystery known, and everything we do know is after Christianity. Let's see. So, like Beowulf and stuff like that is like what?
Saint Anthony the Hermit. Isn't he mentioned in Le Serpent Rouge?
I think he is.
Jesus falling.
Whoa! Okay.
He's carrying the cross in this one.
Okay, and then this one.
I'm not sure how she ties into the mystery. Maybe she's just a local saint. And then again, Sonier did overcome his poverty, big time. Perhaps he prayed to her about it. Germaine is a local saint from Pibroch, France. Her stepmother starved her, beat her, and forced her to live with the sheep. Despite this cruelty, Germaine remained loving and prayerful. The statue depicts an incident in which Germaine was caught by her stepmother smuggling something in her apron. The mother grabbed at the apron and found it contained flowers, though it was the dead of winter. Germaine claimed they were from God. She is the patron saint of abused children and poverty.
Wait a minute. That's how you get the readings? Oh my god. That's how you do it? So I've been reading it for nothing? I'm not going to stop. Why stop now? But that's how you do it? What a stupid shit show. Alright. I'm going to have to do this it's like double work. Then why have this part? Oh my god, this game. Yeah, look, it's the text right here. Germaine is the local saint from Pibroch, France. Her stepmother starved her and beat her and forced her to live with the sheep. Despite this cruelty and increasing illness, Germaine remained loving and prayerful. The statue depicts an incident with Germaine was caught by a stepmother smuggling something from her apron. The mother grabbed the apron from the flower, and it contained flowers, though it was the dead of winter. Germaine claimed they were from God. She is the patron saint of abused children and poverty. 9. St. John the Baptist and Jesus. Jesus is being anointed by his cousin, the Baptist. Gazes placidly downward. 10. Sermon on the Mount. Crowning the apse is a large bas relief of the Beatitudes sermon, the Sermon on the Mount. Many have pointed out that the incongruity of the bag of gold and the roses strewn on the hill. 11. The church floor. The black and white alternating squares of the church have been much debated. Some have linked the tiles to the heretical Cathar notion of duality. Though Saint Grisey would not have been familiar with Cathar beliefs, there is no reason to assume that he himself expounded on them. That's how you use it, is you use the... Oh my god, you gotta use the stupid thing to click on them. Why can I read it then? I shouldn't be able to read it.
The Latin on the four angels, par se signe tu les vaincras, can be translated as, by this sign shall you conquer him or it, or by this sign shall you win him or it. The four angels themselves are a classic Catholic motif, showing the positions of the hands during genuflection, though some have argued that these angels are not referring to the genuflection at all. Saint Roche, along with Saint Germain, is one of two regional saints in the church. Roche was the son of a governor of Montpellier. He went to Rome and cared for plague victims, curing many miraculously. He is invoked against pestilence and plague and is the patron saint of invalids. The Magdalene statue in the church is depicted with a cross of branches, the silver vase of healing balm, and a skull at the saint's feet. The oddity of this statue lies in its unusual juxtaposition of the Magdalene and the skull, a relationship uncommon in religious art. There are three similar Magdalene with skull statues in three other churches in the immediate area: Saint-Just-et-les-Bézoux, Bouguerac, and Custauza. St. Anthony of Padua was a Franciscan monk who converted many heretics. He is most famous for a vision he had of the baby Jesus. The lily in his hand represents purity. He is the patron saint of lost items. I don't think that would accomplish anything. Behind the altar can be seen the Holy Family. Saint Joseph with infant and the Virgin with infant. Some have speculated on the oddity of there being two infants depicted. The altar represents the elements found in the Magdalene statue and adds new ones. The Magdalene appears to be in a cave. At her knees is a skull. and she gazes fixedly upon a slight cross made from branches. But on this cross one can see a new living twig growing forth. Could this refer to the living offshoot of Christianity? Or... I don't think that would accomplish anything. Behind the altar can be seen the Holy Family. Saint Joseph with infant and the Virgin with infant. I don't think that would accomplish anything. I don't think that would accomplish anything. I don't think that would accomplish anything. Saint Anthony with book and staff. Saint Anthony, circa 468 AD, longed for a life of quiet meditation, but he was forced to move to ever more remote locales to escape his growing followers. He finally fled to Larens, Gaul, also in the Languedoc, and it was here that he died. Germaine is a local saint from Pibroch, France. Her stepmother starved her, beat her, and forced her to live with the sheep. Despite this cruelty, Germaine remained loving and prayerful. The statue depicts an incident in which Germaine was caught by her stepmother smuggling something in her apron. The mother grabbed at the apron and found it contained flowers, though it was the dead of winter. Germaine claimed they were from God. She is the patron saint of abused children and poverty. Jesus, as he's being anointed by his cousin, the Baptist, gazes placidly downward. Jesus being baptized. Oh, no thanks. I was raised Buddhist. We believe in karma. Getting rid of your guilt isn't quite so easy. That must be one of those confessional things. I wonder if Gabriel's ever done that. He's Catholic. Crowning the apse is the large bas-relief of the Beatitudes Sermon, the Sermon on the Mount. Notice the incongruity of the bag of gold and the rose-strewn hill.
Okay. I think that is every place to explore.
It's a pamphlet from St. Mary Magdalene's.
Oh, I gotta do 11. So I went down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, and then that's the last one. Okay, so I'll do 11 now.
Hello? Abbe Arnaud?
Come in.
Miss Nakamura, good evening.
Hi, I was looking around town tonight. It's a beautiful church.
Thank you. Please sit down.
Wait, he was on the tour with me, right?
I was reading about the Magdalene statue in the church pamphlet.
Interesting, isn't it? All 4 of the Magdalene statues still exist.
So, were they related to the local Magdalene cult?
It is possible, but Magdalene has not been represented with a skull anywhere else in the Languedoc. Besides, Saunier placed that statue so prominently, some believe that everything he did in the church relates to the treasure somehow.
The church pamphlet talks about a sunrise line on July 22nd. Does that really happen?
Oh yes, if you stand at the church and look east, the sun rises directly over Chateau de Blanchefort.
Was that intentional, do you think?
Mademoiselle, but of course.
But that would mean someone had to choose the location of Blanchefort quite deliberately. It is younger than the church, isn't it?
But you see, Blanchefort and the church were built on far older ruins. Have you considered the church site, too, may have been positioned deliberately? It would not be the first time the ancients played with light and astronomy. Look at Stonehenge or the Great Pyramids.
Oh, my nipples.
Do you think there's a buried treasure around here?
I know there is, my child.
Is he a friend of yours?
Oh, yes, I have the privilege to know him. He is Francois, the present Duke of Lorraine. Do you know the family?
I've heard of it.
Well, naturally.
The Abbé really has a thing for this Lorraine family, and they're supposedly of Merovingian descent, just like the Stuarts. Coincidence? I don't think so.
Very 90s right there, Grace. Very nice.
Ah, a chessboard. The Abbé must play. A chessboard. Now what does that remind me of? Ah, of course! The church floor. Black and white tiles.
Alright, I think that's the thing, and I think that's the church, maybe?
I don't think that would accomplish anything. I think the church floor is supposed to represent a chessboard. Ah, a chessboard. The Abbé must play.
Do I have to show him any of these things? Oh, God.
Why would I want to show that to him? Why would I want to show that to him? Why would I want to show that to him? That door must lead into the parsonage. What a weird setup. I think that's the cemetery out there. No wonder he has the shade down. I better get going. Thanks, Abbé Arnaud.
It's a pleasure to be of service, mademoiselle.
Alright.
Even Gabriel isn't that low. It's a plain cement cross. Oh, there's a little plaque above the grave. Here lies Marie Denarnaud, died January 19th, 1953, at the age of 85 years. Wow. I don't think that would accomplish anything.
I think that's all I have to do now. I'm gonna go back to Sydney and see, I guess, if I can discover anything. But what? What does it all mean? That is the question. I can't imagine anyone let these things walk. First, I'm going to search raw. Six. I guess I'll add data.
I can't scan that into Sydney. I can't scan that into Sydney.
Alright, I gotta scan these in. That's added. Let's see what else we can add.
No, there's no point in scanning Le Serpent Rouge. I'll have to interpret the verses myself. Sydney isn't that smart. There is a fingerprint on it.
Scary, I'm starting to understand this game, huh?
Working.
Oh. I am a computer human. Oh god, I'm gonna have to do this for everyone, aren't I? Okay, good. It does it automatically. Oh, I thought it was gonna suck.
Oh, shoot. Whoever's print that is, we don't have them in the database yet. I guess I'll try again later, when we've got more prints. No prints? Oh, that's a bummer.
Data recognizes symbols. Symbols not in Sydney database. We'll construct a search of offline databases. Result by email if match is found. Okay. Wow, that's going crazy on the stream, huh?
I'm not sure about that.
Oh man, the noise. It's like that book, Sacred Geometry, which I never read, but I heard about. I think it's crazy too. Shepherds know without temptation that Pusentinus hold the key of peace. 681.
Scion. These parchments must be linked to the Priory somehow. Scion. These parchments must be linked to the Priory somehow.
You know, Lucky Grace is. She found that lost Wagner, and now she's found this crazy fringe Bible thing. Do I have to manually type these clues in? Let's try Magdalene. I wonder if it lets you like Boolean search the hell out of this. You type in the whole thing, don't you? Okay, that's listed. What else? Lady of the Lake is. Do I have to search everything like this again? Oh God, this is just pure AIDS. Yes.
I think I need to put the Path of Ra on the map. It has something to do with that sunrise phenomenon mentioned in the church pamphlet. I should be able to enter the relevant points on the map and then have Sydney analyze them.
How on earth do I do that? I can just go nuts with these? Alright, never mind.
I think I need to put the Path of Ra on the map. It has something to do with that sunrise phenomenon mentioned in the church pamphlet. I should be able to enter the relevant points on the map and then have Sydney analyze them.
Okay. The church pamphlets here. Let's take a look at it again. Chateau de Blanchefort. I don't understand what I'm supposed to do here.
I don't think a grid is going to help me right now. I think I need to put the Path of Ra on the map. It has something to do with that sunrise phenomenon mentioned in the church pamphlet. I should be able to enter the relevant points on the map and then have Sydney analyze them. I don't think I'm ready for that shape yet. I don't think I'm ready for that shape yet. I don't think I'm ready for that shape yet.
Okay. Is it like a search thing, like Googs?
Very cool.
A straight line marked between the 2 points intersects with the meridian point. I don't understand.
I don't think a grid is going to help me right now. I found a circle in the parchments, and a circle is also mentioned in Les Serpents Rouges. It must be another feature on the map. Perhaps Magdalene is the key.
My mind is just reeling as to the possibility of this, like, how to use this map. There's a cross there. I'm just gonna add where I just see crosses.
I found a circle in the parchments, and a circle is also mentioned in Les Serpents Rouges. It must be another feature on the map. Perhaps Magdalene is the key.
I have no idea. You ever like do a puzzle and have no idea what you're doing? That's me right now. 2 circles. All right, let's.
think I need to enter points to lock the circle on the map. Perhaps the church pamphlet can help me figure out what those might be.
Okay, the other three locations. In Costos, yeah. Wow, I am at a loss here. Oh my gosh. Okay. Saint Just, Lebuza, Burkrark, and Kausta. So Saint Just, Lebuza, Burkrark, and Kausta is what I need. Oh, there's Kausta. Kausta. Where's the other place? Oh, these names. St. Just et la Bizou. Oh, there it is. I can barely see that. Enter point there.
I don't think I'm ready for that shape yet. I know I'm close on this circle feature. Perhaps I can try to resize the circle or move it around.
I have no clue.
I know I'm close on this circle feature.
Just lost.
Perhaps I can try to resize the circle, or move it around.
Like, I'm reading the walkthrough and I'm still just like, is this the game I played?
Working.
Did I add those symbols I copied down?
I can't scan that into Sydney.
Okay, I must have.
I can't scan that into Sydney.
Aquarius, put sunrise line on map. Select the map file. Select enter points under the pull down. Put 1 point at each. See Blankfurt ruins. put 1 point each. Chateau de Blanchefort ruins. Rennes-le-Chateau. Okay, I didn't do that part. I did that part, okay. Well, where the hell do I put a sunrise line? Okay, I did that part by luck. Pisces, analyze parchment 1. Okay, that is a circle. It says now put a circle on the map. I have no idea how you'd be able to do this. Enter the points. Rennes-le-Chateau. Okay, we put a circle on the map. Okay, so enter points again. Rennes-le-Chateau. Costa. Oh my god, this is insane. Select points to lock down a feature. Do I have to hold shift or something? No. Oh my god, I don't know what to do. Put a circle on the map, select the map file, enter the points. Enter 1 point at each of the church shapes in the following towns. Oh, I'm at the wrong place. Wow, this is like the worst puzzle I've ever seen in a video game. And that's saying a lot for Sierra. One, two, three, four. So there should be 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is this what you have to do? This is crazy.
Incredible! It's Magdalene's crown. I'll write those coordinates down. It looks like they're at l'Ermitage.
What? How the fuck? What? I'm beyond words. I am gobsmacked. That is the craziest, that is the worst puzzle I've ever seen in my life. And it was a time change, right?
I'm ready. Does anyone want to go out? We could drive to the bar at Rennes-le-Bain.
Sure.
What about Grace?
Oh, she's busy with her research. She'll be in the room for... Oh, hey, Grace. Want to go to Rennes-les-Bains with us?
No, thank you.
See, told ya.
Maybe I'll hang out too.
We need you, right, Madeline?
Of course. Do come with us, please.
All right. Grace, see ya.
Don't work too hard. Get some dinner.
I'm just gonna say this just in case.
Oh, you bet. Jerk.
Buonanotte, signori Vasa.
Good evening.
Would you care for some wine?
No, thank you. I may have some water in a bit.
This is the craziest game I've ever seen. Like, not even crazy in a good way. It's crazy in the stupidest. Wow. I can't imagine anyone playing this without a walkthrough.
At least Bukele has Emilio to keep him company. I don't have anything brilliant to say to them at the moment.
And the walkthrough says, like, take a look at the glass he's drinking out of.
How are you feeling, Lady Howard?
That was like
Better, I hope.
the stupidest thing I've ever seen.
Don't remind me. Such horrors. One takes a vacation for ease, for comfort. What does one find? Horrors.
Don't think about it, Lily.
I'm sorry. How's dinner? The tomato sauce smells divine.
Oh, I do believe I'll be ill.
Lily, please. Have some water, there's a good girl. Thank you for stopping by, Miss Nakamura.
Sure. Sorry. Bye. I think I better leave him alone. If I wanted something that bitter and unpleasant, I'd go talk to Gabe.
Wow, she's hysterical. And then back to Sydney for the square. Oh my god. You know, I was almost about to say that, like, I enjoyed the Sydney part. It's kind of cool. It sucks. It's horrible too. It's just the worst garbage game I've ever seen. I can see why Spoonie became bitter. Jesus Christ. And you gotta type the whole thing in, which is such horseshit. What? Q. God forbid you misspell something. Q-U-A-T-E-R-N-I-T-Y. Means any group of four. In alchemy, the square represents the quaternity, and in general, all four-part concepts such as four seasons, four cardinal directions, and four stages of man. The square itself is represented by number 4. It is solid and earthy and stable as opposed to more dynamic, fluid, and heavenly form of the circle.
A tilted square represents the light along with the circle. That must be the part about the cat reflects the light in harmony with their queen. So we're looking for a tilted square.
The tilted square represents, is the meaning it changes drastically from the normal square. Whereas the square represents the concept of earthiness, solidness, and permanence, the tilted square has more dynamic, fluid meaning akin to that of the circle. The tilted square, like the circle, has been used as a symbol of the sun and of light in general.
We're supposed to square the circle on the map. But how?
Squaring the circle, like the Philosopher's Stone, was the alchemist's dream. The geometric representation of squaring the circle. The square is placed so that the circle fills it maximally without breaking the square's boundaries. Symbolically, it represents the union of heaven, the circle, and earth, the square, thus bringing opposites together in a united whole, creating a kind of transcending or super consciousness. These aims and their representation were these particular symbols were parlance of mystics, alchemists, Gnostics of the Middle Ages. Pythagoras, a Greek philosopher. Oh God, why does she do this? She makes it just like an encyclopedia. And they don't even read it for you anymore. A Greek philosopher, 6th century BC, who founded a school of several systems. Pythagoreanism, named after him, born in the Greek island of Samos off the coast of Asia Minor. He migrated as an adult to Greek state of Croton, modern Crotone, in southern Italy about 530 BC. Oh my God, there's so much to read here.
I think Ares is talking about a square. It must go on the map, the way the circle did. I think I have a square shape I can use from the parchments.
As a teacher and leader, he possessed extraordinary charisma. In Croton, he established a society of brotherhood of religious ethical orientation. Within its initiates, the society fostered strong bonds of friendships with a feeling of elitism through ritual, esoteric symbolism, and a code of righteous self-control that included taboos. The basis of his teaching was ethical, religious, and mystical. He believed that the metaphysicosis, the concept of the soul in both human and animal, passes from one body to another. It is uncertain whether metempsychosis, what name, included the belief of immortality of the soul or not. However, the concept provided the rationale for many of the practices within the society, which included vegetarianism and rituals of purification, which were thought to promote superior reincarnation. To the alchemists, Pythagoras is regarded as the father of mathematical mysticism, a role which scholars debate. And several key doctrines, such as squaring the circle, are attributed to him. The image below is known as a sample of the Pythagorean geometry. I wonder if this is a callback to Gabriel Knight. Something. I don't think so. I don't think we had anything to do in Texas. Then next says do a search on Saint Michael. Lisa knew that. Saint Michael is one of the 7 archangels. In the Christian tradition, it is Michael who wrestles with the devil and wins. He is often depicted fighting a dragon or devil in the human form. Some accounts he is an angel who threw Satan out of heaven at the time of the fall. As such, Michael is often called upon the faithful to help them resist temptation of evil. Michael has various occult significances in alchemy. He is one of the 4 angels, along with Raphael, Gabriel, and Uriel, who hold the 4 corners of the world and who represent the 4 elements: fire, wind, air, and water. Now I gotta go to the map. Shape, square. I think I know what to do here.
I'm sure that square is the right size, but I'm not sure what angle it's at in relation to the meridian. Maybe Taurus can help. We're looking for a tilted square, but at what angle is it tilted? Seems like I need some kind of reference line or point on the map that I can use to position the square. Taurus says my friend knows the secret but wisely hides the fruit among the chaff. Who's my friend? Is it talking about the parchments again? If so, maybe it's related to that blue apple cipher I wrote down in my notebook. I should take another look at it. That's the blue apple cipher that Sydney found in one of the Saunier parchments.
Did I search blue apples? Oh, there we go. Pomes bleu. A colloquialism for grapes. Oh, see, I was right. Sometimes used in magical circles and rural communities. So I'm looking for the vineyard. Kind of figured that one out. I don't remember the names of some of these places, which is really annoying. Okay, so it is, the name of the place was this place.
I think that's right. I don't want to erase it.
Okay, I squared the circle. That part was right. Put the Sirius Meridian line on the map. Tilt square to the Sirius Meridian line. Oh, okay. Look at that. Go to analyze. Like, that also tilts it too. But, like, what do they mean? Tilted too? Yeah, God. Put a point at C de Ceres. So here. And the place where the meridian line crosses the top of the circle. Here? What am I supposed to... Oh my God, this is so difficult. This is so hard. It just says tilt the square to Sears Meridian line. Like, I don't know if this square is even tilted right. Put one point at C de Ceres and the place where the meridian line crosses the top of the circle. I don't it's like they're speaking a foreign language to me. And the place where the meridian line crosses the top of the circle. Wait a minute. Do they mean this meridian line? They mean that, the Paris. Why don't they just call it I mean... Okay, so here. A line will be drawn between the two. There's no line drawn between the two. Oh my god, I might have to actually watch a video on how to do this. This is crazy. Okay, this is nuts. Yeah, I have no idea. This is crazy. Looks like I have the square kind of wrong. I think I found something. That? This part looks a little different. Oh my god, are you kidding me?
To the meridian blue apples. In other words, to the meridian from the vineyard.
Not only is it a horrible puzzle, but you have to have it exactly right. Oh, this is just classic Sierra. That's why I'm so glad you're out of fucking business. I just wish Ken Williams and Roberta Williams died too. Of the most like toxic and like just like the most painful possible deaths. Holy Christ, this was a nightmare. Who puts this in there? Can you imagine like not having the internet or a walkthrough and having to either call up Sierra for the the tips for the 900 number, it was like $3, or buy the book? Like, I can't imagine trying to solve this on your own. It's almost like it's not a complete game. This is like crazy. I have to plug in my phone. It's like the more you play the game, the more you just want to murder somebody from Sierra. Let's see. I can't imagine. Wow. There's actually a walkthrough with pictures just for that part. Like, why would you put that in your game if it's not ready?
Ah, the British gals have been eating again.
I got another glass. Wonderful.
I can't scan that into Sydney. No, I don't see any sign of Prince. No one's in there. No, I don't see any sign of Prince. No, I don't see any sign of Prince.
I'm simply not up for another boring night in our room. I mean, I realize this is not the Riviera, but surely something can be done.
A little quiet would be good for you after today's excitement. And we can go over the...
No, not that. My brain hurts already. I say there, Signore Buchelli. Are you up for bridge?
Con molto piacere. It would be a pleasure.
Now what about a fourth? You there, miss... Oh, bother.
It's Grace.
Of course it is.
You there.
Won't you join us for bridge, Grace?
Oh, no, thank you. Why don't you ask...
What about Mr. Wilkes? Where is Mr. Wilkes?
I was just wondering that myself, Signora. I haven't seen him since he left the hotel this afternoon.
What a bother. How unsociable people are these days. No manners whatsoever. I say, Mr. Barzer, would you join us?
I would be happy to oblige.
Oh, there we go. A little headphone action. All right, let's take a look over here. Oh, God.
Not a single print. Now, isn't that odd? No thanks. I don't need Emilio's dirty glass. That's Buchelli's glass, and Gabriel already took his print.
Alright, I have his print already. Okay.
I don't want to interrupt their game.
This is probably like the worst. This is worse than Gabriel Knight 2. And that's saying a lot. See, I don't know. Would I ever interview Jane Jensen? That's a good question because I might kill her for putting such horrible puzzles in this game. Search Asmodeus. Asmodeus. According to legend, Asmodeus was a demon who Solomon tricked into guarding his temple, and such, Asmodeus is now considered the guardian of the lost or hidden treasure. He is invoked by magicians for supernatural protection of places or objects. Chessboard. That's the grid, okay. I got that part. The chessboard is the alternating black and white squares, 8 per row and column, 64 squares. The game of chess is descended from the Arabic counterpart. Its present form with knights, queens, pawns, and rooks were adapted in the Middle Ages by crusaders visiting the Holy Land. They brought the game back to Europe in its present form. The game has many symbolic interpretations, and entire books have been written on the subject. However, the black and white board and players are said to represent Gnostic belief of duality, which is considered heretical in the Middle Ages. Duality, the Gnostic belief that the separation of good and evil, heaven and earth, incarnate and incarnate, machinism first expostulated, and concept that all the material things were by definition evil, including everything on earth and every human being. The king, material man realm, Rex Mundi, associated with the Christian devil. In contrast, heaven, incarnate realm, is a sinless and holy man. Man's soul is incarnate, but is trapped in the mortal world of sin. It is man's task to renounce the material world from his own flesh in order to gain heaven. From this spring the beliefs catharsism, another major Gnostic heresy, at least according to the Pope. A similar concept of duality was later incorporated by the Rosicrucians. The symbol of duality is a hexagram fashioned in 2 superimposed triangles, which represent the dual nature of the soul and the flesh. Cathars. Cathar was a movement that sprang to life in the south of France. Cathars were dualists. They believed that there are 2 powers, those of light and those of darkness. Unlike Catholics, they believed that the power of darkness to be just as strong as the power of light. For this, they were condemned as heretics and persecuted, and eventually wiped out by the Roman popes. The Cathars called the power of darkness Rex Mundi, or king of the underworld. Rex Mundi was absolute ruler over earth and all material things, including our bodies. For this reason, the physical body was condemned by the Cathars, and all pleasures of the flesh were to be avoided. But within the corrupt material body, the power of light had also been inserted. Let's see. It was by Cathars' highest aim to strive for unity with the divine. Oh my gosh. To align himself with the soul or the spiritual rather than the body. The image of 2 triangles forming a hexagram shape. I shall be back. Let me take a break. I'm back in like 5 or 10 minutes or so.